They toasted with champagne. My mother raised her glass to my father. "To family," she grinned, eyes glinting with triumph. "And to your wedding gift," Dad added, clapping me on the back. They were laughing when they said it. "Thanks for the lake house," like it was a joke we'd all agreed on. I smiled, quiet, steady, and said, "You might want to check your mail." The silence that followed, that was the sound I'd waited for. I was 19 when I bought the lake house, scholarship, 2 jobs, no weekends off, while my sister, Rachel, partied through college on their dime. They called me the responsible one, which apparently meant the one we can drain dry without asking. I never flaunted what I earned, never needed to. The house wasn't a mansion, just a small, pine-wrapped cabin by the water, but it was mine, my escape, my peace. Until it wasn't. I came back from a 2-month work trip in Singapore, jet-lagged, exhausted. Drove straight to the lake, but my key didn't fit. The locks were changed. A man opened the door, called me ma'am, said he was the new owner, paid full cash through a private sale. I thought it was a mistake, some mix-up at the registry. Then I saw the paperwork, my parents' names, their signatures. They'd sold it, behind my back, to pay for Rachel's wedding. $120,000 for flowers, a string quartet, and a damn ice sculpture. They didn't even try to deny it. "You weren't even using it," Mom shrugged. "It's family property anyway," Dad added. Rachel, she just giggled and said, "You're so dramatic." They used words like sacrifice, support, and what's best for everyone. I used silence, because silence gives people space to hang themselves. That night, I didn't sleep. I watched the video of their proposal. The champagne on the dock, the backdrop, my house, my lake, and that's when the switch flipped. I didn't scream, I didn't threaten, I planned. First move, I went back to the title. They couldn't legally sell what didn't belong to them. See, I'd put the lake house in a land trust years ago. My name wasn't on the front, but the trust's beneficiary, that was me. The sale was invalid, so I got my lawyer involved. Quietly, strategically. We filed a motion, froze the title. The new owner, compensated and gone. The house, legally returned to the trust. But I didn't stop there. I found the wedding vendors, the planner, the venue, the florists. Most hadn't been paid in full yet, so I bought the debt. Legally, anonymously. It cost me $41,000. The same $41,000 I'd originally put into renovating that lake house. Then came the mail. I timed it perfectly. 2 days before the wedding, right after the final rehearsal dinner. They opened the envelopes together. 4 lawsuits, 1 foreclosure notice on their house, and a cease and desist from the trust, barring them from ever stepping foot on the lake property again. They thought they were untouchable, that family meant immunity, that blood could excuse betrayal. They were wrong. Rachel called me first. "You're ruining everything," she screamed. I told her calmly, "I didn't ruin your wedding, your entitlement did." She cried, said she'd make it up to me. I told her she already had. The tears were just a bonus. The wedding still happened, but the venue downgraded, the flowers never arrived, the band pulled out, and the photos all captured the moment the caterers stopped serving mid-toast because the invoice hadn't cleared. They had to finish with boxed wine and supermarket cake. I watched from the edge of the crowd, uninvited, invisible, but present. Just like they'd been when they sold what was mine. 2 weeks later, they came to my door. My father looked 20 years older, my mother deflated. Rachel didn't even come. "We made a mistake," Mom whispered. I didn't say a word, just handed them a printed statement, their signatures, the forged authorization, the perjury charges pending. They left without another word. I still visit the lake, but now I don't think of the betrayal. I think of how quiet justice can be, how clean it feels when you don't sink to rage, when you rise above and still win. They taught me a lesson, unintentionally, brutally, but a lesson nonetheless. Blood doesn't mean loyalty, and silence doesn't mean weakness. It just means I was waiting, watching, choosing my moment. Because revenge doesn't always come with fire. Sometimes it comes in the mail.